my phone hotspot for my. Sorry, I've got that. I believe I should be back now. So, for example, the state where the company deducting withholding tax, where, for example, you have a business like Obina and Co is in Lagos now. They has deducted in tax from Adamu and Adamu, who stays in Kano. The resident of Mr. Obina does not matter to where you pay the tax to. It's not relevant. It is the state internal revenue where Adamu Adamu resides. If Adamu Adamu resides in Kaduna, Bauchi, Sokoto, you have to go to that. Not necessarily if you are online, you don't need to go actually, but you ensure that you pay to the state internal revenue authority where Adamu Adamu is resident, so that the essence is for Adamu Adamu will be able to use that as his advance payment of tax. So payment of withholding tax now for companies I've mentioned is you pay to limited liability company because those companies are chargeable under SITA, and the administrator in that space is Federal Inland Revenue Service. And for state individual, you pay it to state internal revenue um, where the person is resident. So I've come to the end of my presentation. I'll be able to mention to you what are the overview of withholding tax, what are the applicable tax laws. We are able to talk about withholding tax rate. I've mentioned that withholding tax is not an ordinary, it's not another tax. It is rather an advance payment of income tax. It it ensures that tax evasion is prevented. It gives government steady inflow of revenue to maintain and service government, and also you can also use that to define your future tax. And I've mentioned that anything that does not qualify, that will not give rise to income tax, will not be subjected to withholding tax. Reimbursement will not give rise to income tax. You are not supposed to charge withholding tax. I've also mentioned to you that withholding tax is only applicable on qualified transactions that are specifically mentioned under our tax laws. So any other thing outside that, the tax authority will come to you and say, well, you are not, you are supposed to charge. So let them know, is this transaction you want me to charge, is it qualified for withholding tax? Is it actually mentioned as a qualified transaction for withholding tax? So if it is not, why should I have to charge withholding tax? So a lot of planning around withholding tax, tax planning is something we can also discuss. And again, let me mention this, it's very important. There is something we call dual relationship. For example, if your output as a producer is my input as another manufacturer, or whatever transaction that happens between the two of us will not be qualified for withholding tax. I give police company who buy directly from me, from my market and from my farm, and they use that cocoa for chocolate. Whether there is contract between us or not, that is a kind of what we call dual relationship. That is, your output is my input. No matter what, withholding tax will not apply. Also, another thing is that, for example, you have a pharmaceutical company where somebody supplied them packaging material. If the packaging material, if I'm the manufacturer of the packaging material and I supply it to you, the pharmaceutical company, who will use that material to package the drugs and you sell out, the transaction between us will not be subjected to withholding tax. However, if I am a supplier, I'm a middleman now, I've gone to manufacturer of that packaging material and I've come to supply another company who now use it, because that goods are not it's not actually for me, it's not actually my output, withholding tax will apply. So there's a middleman now. There's no dual relationship in that case now. So I believe this will have answered better understanding of tax and withholding tax application. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be standing by if there's a question which I can also answer. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kende, for a wonderful presentation. I'm sure that we all enjoyed the presentation. And as I told you that in the Tax Practice Academy, you will meet different tax experts from chartered accountant, tax practitioner in the industry, where you could in the tax world you keep learning, you keep exposing and brainstorming on current tax issues. So that's why it's good not to miss any of the lecture. You were around when we had other guests from different organizations, even from KPMG that have done presentation, and now we have Mr. Kehinde Adeyemi from Wise Associates. So thank you, Mr. Kehinde, for your time and for the wonderful presentation. Now, quickly, I want to add one or two things to what Mr. Kehinde has said on withholding tax. Like what we've seen in practice when it comes to withholding tax is a lot of businesses have credit notes in terms of withholding tax credit notes, and they do not follow up to get their credit notes when it comes to maybe withholding tax that they've deducted that is payable to the state government. And when it even comes to if it's a limited liability company, withholding tax might have been deducted before they receive their income from from their customer, and they are not aware of this. They don't have a tax account, they don't have a tax profile, and they don't know that they have credit notes. So it's very good before you pay your CIT at the end of the year as a company, always ensure you don't lose your money. You bring your credit notes together to ensure that yes, you are able to you are not paying double taxation, you're not paying twice. Because it's even possible that you've overpaid, that withholding tax have been deducted so much from your clients that even your client, even government is owing your client and not you owing the government for tax. But if you do not carry out this withholding tax due diligence, you will think that yes, your client is supposed to pay another CIT at the end of the year. Withholding tax has not been touched in the Finance Act 2019, 2020. No, it was not touched exclusively because it's not a separate form of tax. And that's why there's a kind of mystery, not really mystery, issues behind, there's no clarity when it comes to withholding tax. So, but of course, thank God you are in this session, and I'm sure you'll be able to leverage an opportunity of being with tax practitioners to be able to put yourself in a better state to support your client. Okay, thank you once again for your attention. So it's time for questions and answer. I have a question in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, we have one. We have questions in the chat box. Uh, can you please touch on important exported tax? Okay, let's start from the beginning. For NRC, that's non-resident